Welcome to John Lewis Memory School. Lesson for today is abstract words. So, in one of our earlier videos under the topic three types of information, we have learnt one type of information is abstract word, and brain can store information only in the form of picture. So, this is what we are going to learn now. So, brain's language is picture. That's the first thing we need to understand. Second thing, convert the abstract word what we are learning into a concrete image. Because unless it is converted into concrete image, it may not be transferred so easily to our long-term memory. And third thing, concrete image may be fake or surreal. See, whatever we do in order to convert into a concrete image, the concrete image what we are getting may not be real. It may be fake or surreal. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a picture, brain can remember. But our true memory knows it is surreal or fake. And from the fake or surreal image, it can conceive or it can get back to the original word what we learned. That's the beauty of the system. So now let us see with some examples. Suppose I ask you what is the shape of this, what is shown on the picture as a whole. We cannot give a particular name because there are so many things involved in it. Therefore, we cannot give a particular name for this image on the screen. So what we need to do, suppose you dismantle this picture and what we get. So we get the different shapes, the very precise shapes of octagon, heart, square, pentagon, triangle, hexagon, star, circle, and then rectangle. So everything, so now everything becomes precise. Similarly, when we look at some words, it doesn't create any image in our mind. But if you process that information, we will get some concrete images. The concrete image may be fake, but here all the concrete images are real. But what we are going to learn from abstract words may be fake or surreal. So now let's see some example here. How to convert the abstract word into concrete image? So that is what is a big question mark. So how we can do that? First of all, before we go into abstract word, let us understand what is the difference between a concrete word and abstract word. Suppose I give you the word telescope. So it conceives an image immediately in our mind. We could see a real telescope in our mind's eye without the picture or the object in front of our eyes because we know what it is. So it can be conceived in the form of picture. Suppose we take these four words Canberra, Silicon, Ascorbic, Kilimanjaro. Do they create any image in our mind? Definitely not, at least for me. It is not creating any image when I read for the first time. Therefore, how to convert these things into a concrete image? If it is already a concrete word, we can get a ready-made image. But they are not concrete words, they are all abstract words. Therefore, they do not create any image instantly. So how we can do that? What are the various methodologies we can use in order to convert these abstract words into concrete images? So I have developed some four different methods based on my experience. That is RASH method. So what is that RASH method? R stands for rhyming word. So the original abstract word may not be meaningful to us. That is abstract. But if you try to find a rhyming word in your mother tongue or in any other language you know and that makes sense to you, you can take that rhyming word. Then A stands for application. So some of the things we may not create image instantly, but that particular object or the particular thing, the particular word, we will be using somewhere in our life. We will be applying somewhere in our day-to-day life activities. That is what is called application. So we will see more examples later. Try to understand what they explain here, what they mean here. What is S stands for? S stands for split word. So the original word will be meaningless. But if you split that word into small words, suddenly that becomes meaningful. And then hidden words. Suppose you get a long word, big scientific term, or any technical term, which may not create any image in your mind. But if you look into that big word, some small words which already you know very well will be hidden inside. So those hidden words will help us to uh, create a mental image for that particular big word. Now let us see with some example here. Each and every category or every type, we'll see one example each. Now suppose you want to learn and remember the word Canberra. So Canberra is a new word. It doesn't create any image instantly. If you are an Australian, definitely it will create an image because this is the capital of Australia. So in order to remember this Canberra word, it's just new. This is the first time I'm hearing it. Therefore, it doesn't create any image in my mind. But I already know a Canberry fruit. So Canberra, Canberry is almost rhyming. So we know Canberry is a fake image for the word Canberra, but still it remains you. So the capital of Australia is not Canberry, it is Canberra. Okay, it is the capital of Australia. So you can imagine Australia in the world map. Where is Australia? So how can you remember Australia name itself in the very first place? Suppose you are hearing the name Australia for the first time. That itself doesn't create any image. So what you can do? Ashtray. So cigarette ashtray. Ashtray lie. An ashtray is lying somewhere. Ashtray lie. It is almost rhyming with Australia. Okay, now what is the capital of Australia? Is Canberra. Now you can imagine the Canberry fruit is filled in this ashtray instead of ashes. You can connect these two images. Here you can convert the meaningless abstract name of the country into some meaningful picture. Similarly, you can convert the abstract name of the capital into some meaningful picture. Then you can link by Plavy method, or we can link by Drips method, all which already we have learnt it. Because we learnt how once we have seen the two objects in the form of picture, we know how to connect them by using Drips method. Just fill the ashtray with Canberry fruits. That's more than enough. This ashtray lying reminds you Australia. The Canberry fruit reminds you Australia. Hope it's very clear. You are able to visualize it in your mind's eye very clearly. Okay, now, so let us take the second example, silicon. So the moment you read the word silicon, immediately we get the picture silicon chip used in our computer, mobile phone, or even the SIM card, we use it in mobile phone. So that's made of silicon element, silicon chip. That's why it's known as silicon chip. So in my childhood days of some 50 years ago, when I learned the silicon, so all these objects, that silicon, the SIM card or the silicon chips, which were not available those days, we never knew what is the silicon element was that time. So what I did was I did not take the application when I learned it. So some 50 years ago. So what I took was a rhyming word for this, chili corn. I took chili corn, some corn filled with some chilies, chili corn, and that your true memory will tell you it is not chili corn, it is silicon. So here nowadays the silicon element is used as a chip or SIM card or whatever it is, whatever or wherever you have seen, you can see that as a picture where it is applied or where it is used. Based on its application, we can convert that abstract word into picture. Clear? Now the third example is ascorbic. What is ascorbic? It is a name of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. So it is a vitamin C tablet, you can imagine. So it's a medicine or it is a vitamin tablet. But how to remember the word ascorbic? So this is meaningless. So what I did was I split that word into Oscar plus big. So the big award for the best movie is what? Oscar award. So I split that word into Oscar plus big. So for the best movie, they are giving the big award that is called Oscar award. Every one of us know Oscar award for films. That award is very big, Oscar big. So it is vitamin C. Therefore, how we can imagine? So this is what is a Oscar award, and we can visualize it in a bigger size. Oscar award in a bigger size. So this is name of vitamin C. Therefore, you can bring a C into the picture here. So this award, the big award, Oscar award giving ceremony is happening where? It is happening in a sea. The Oscar award ceremony is going on in a sea. So therefore it is a name of vitamin C. So that is Oscar award ceremony. That award is very big. Therefore Oscar big. But your true memory will conceive the original word from this fake image, Oscar big. That is Oscar big. Since that event is happening in a sea, this is the name of vitamin C. Clear? Okay, last word. Kilimanjaro. This is the uh, highest peak in Africa, that is in Tanzania country. So Kilimanjaro. So now if you look at this word, so doesn't create any image. So it's a volcano. So immediately we can remember it's a volcano. But how will you remember the name Kilimanjaro? You should be able to get this word whenever you want. So you just look at the word. You can see small words hidden inside, which already you know very well. Kill, of course, only one L, but you can make it two L. Kill, man, jar, all these small words which already we know very well. Now we can convert these hidden words into some fake images. So how we can do this? So you are killing a man by keeping him inside a jar. Kill man, jar. Kill a man in a jar. So now you will get some picture for this Kilimanjaro. So this event is happening on top of the volcano in Africa. Just imagine that. So you are standing on top of the volcano in Tanzania, and what you are doing? You are pushing a man inside a jar and killing him. So kill man in a jar, Kilimanjaro. So your true memory will be able to capture the word Kilimanjaro. Got it? Okay, now let us quickly recap this one. So abstract word, concrete images. For Canberra, what is the concrete image we create? Canberry. This is a rhyming word. For silicon, we have taken silicon chip. This is based on its application. For ascorbic acid, we have taken ascar plus big. So split word. And then for Kilimanjaro, we have taken all the hidden words. Kill, man, jar. So what are the four techniques we have used here? So let us try to recap. So what is the first technique we use? Rhyming word. If the word is abstract, if it doesn't create any image, you think of a rhyming word. The rhyming word may be in English, or maybe in your mother tongue, or it may be in any other language, or half of the word may be in one language, half of the word may be in other language. It doesn't matter. As long as it creates some image in your mind, your brain remembers it. The second technique is application, where we are using it. So we have seen silicon chip. Suppose I tell you gold, immediately you can think of a jewelry shop where gold is used for making all jewels. And if I tell you phosphorus, you can think of a matchbox. And if I tell you copper, you can think of a copper wire. So based on its application, we can see them as a picture. And third thing, split word. You split the word into two or three or four. It is based on its size, and you can make it meaningful. What is the last one? Hidden word. If you look at a big word, there may be some small words, well known small words will be hidden inside, that will create some image in our mind's eye. Hope you liked it. If you like it, please click the thumbs up, share it with your friends, and without fail, subscribe to this channel, John Lewis Memory School. Thank you very much for watching. Until we meet next time with a different interesting topic. Bye bye.